and I have no idea what they are like.
Yes, that's right. You'll have your own research caravan and all of the squirrels of Mammoth Forest to keep you company. Pays not much, but I think it's the perfect stepping stone for your career. Yes, I'm looking at your resume now. No problem with isolation, proven self-sufficiency, low expectations. I'm frankly completely confident in your suitability.
Nina again. Hope your nerves survived that shaky ride. Yeah, I know, but the quad only fits one. You get used to it. So, welcome to Mammoth Forest. I'm sure you'll love it here. Such peace and quiet. Yes, yes, cash is transferred every Friday. Don't worry, we won't forget. I know it's not easy as a recent grad. Me again. Yeah, the line cuts out sometimes, but I'll be quick. Everything you need should be right on your desk. And I'll fax over the details of your first task now. There's a code board in the caravan for your research. Just pin it up there. I'll wait. Okay, read this carefully. And I'll send you a map too so you won't get lost. Now, can you see a small GPS device with an antenna? Your first task is simple. We just want to make sure the equipment works. So, find the tree I marked on your GPS and place a camera nearby, pointing towards the tree. Then head back to your research station. Once you're in position, hit record on the deck and watch your footage closely. When you see the squirrel on your TV, print it out and fax it to me. Got it? Great, then you're all set. Talk soon.
So I need to take a camera with me. Or is there gonna be a camera at the place? Doesn't say. It says place a camera, but where do I get the camera? Is the camera already there? How am I supposed to see where the squirrel is? I don't know, dude. Maybe I have to look around for it? X marks the spot here. But where is the squirrel? Where's squirrel? Where's squirrel? Press recorder over the TV in the caravan. Okay. So I just aim it generally there. Look at me, I'm being a Twitch clipper.
Phew, seems everything works like a charm. So now, what we really need is a close-up of this squirrel near its stash. We found them in treetops, under rocks, buried underground, anywhere really. From prior research trips, we know this one takes the same route every night, so I'm sure you can follow him easily enough. When you have the squirrel in frame at the end of the recording, print out a photo and send it over. Oh, and Simon mentioned something about dropping off some extra stuff for you. Maybe check outside.
The last researcher told us that the male squirrel in this area visits the same tree every night. But we should need to know which tree. And we need a photograph of him climbing it to update our records. Figure out where the squirrel goes, place cameras, print a photo of the squirrel climbing a tree, fax it to Nina. What do you mean no? I want to place it on top of the box. Interesting. That far tree over there in the corner from where the camera is pointing at. What? It's like this tree? Can I zoom with this camera? Or no? What is this about? Is this my own personal camera? Why so many cameras? What do I do now? Sleep? I have no idea what to do now. Oh yeah, I need to switch channels, don't I?
Interesting. Looks like this one doesn't go very far into the forest. Hey, it's the middle of the night. Go to sleep. I'll call you in the morning.
I should also go to sleep.
Let's try something a little more challenging. We know that some squirrels build their nests, drains, a bit further away from their nut stash. I updated the location on your GPS. And you know, not all squirrels keep their stashes in trees.
Yes, but you still accepted that photo. It seems that the squirrel has changed the location where he stores his nuts. Can you figure out where the new stash is? Is it gonna be further? If it's not in trees. Wait a second. It's a little marker. It's over here. If I change that one, I gotta change this one. Let's make it like here. Let's see what happens. I'm lost. It's up there. Record. Oh. one has it, but I think the second camera is placed pretty shit. It's behind that rock. So one got it behind this rock. I'll just cover this rock. What? Shit. What's that mean? I got jack shit? Camera 1 is shit. Camera 2... What's useful about camera 2? Camera 2 is looking at 1. We see the we see 1 going past... We see the squirrel going past 1, so I use 1 to find out from where 2 is looking at. Oh, what? Does this map update where my cameras are? It's pretty sweet. So from where X is, it goes past 1... I don't know, I just need a camera looking like across this part. Will that work though? Because from one perspective, it's going past, but it doesn't look like it's going into the river. The squirrel is going... This is confusing. I just work from what I have from the photo. Adjust. Is that live? Shit. This is really hard. How does camera 2... It sees it going like this way. Oh my god, dude. It went the other direction. Well, that's useless. Is this the best camera direction to have? I'm not sure. Uphill. I don't like uphill, right? Downhill is probably better. Just keeping an eye out on where that place goes, and let's just do it more face towards like this direction. And just see. Alright. Oh, just a little bit more, dudes. Just a little bit more. It's really annoying, man. It's like we last sighted him in this area, but actually he takes like a fucking ridiculously long path at night. So every night he jumps across the pond and just comes up here, eh? Like a little bitch. I'm sorry I said that. You poor squirrel, you did nothing wrong. Alright, can you miss it now? How did it fucking miss it? How did the second camera completely miss it? It looks like there's a little figure here. Oh, it goes up here. Again, somewhere. Goes back again. Goes a little circle around the edge of the river. Goes back and jumps across the river again. If you fast forward, you completely miss it. There it is. A little sliver, and it kind of disappears next to this camera. It's really annoying how it's really bad, man. 8 days to take a photo of a squirrel's nest. Has to work this time, and also you can run the whole time. And it's like super speed. Insane. That's it. Camera 2 almost had it. No, I didn't. Didn't almost have it at all. It went past camera 2? It went past camera 2. So I need to move camera 1 down to where camera 2 is. Fucking hell, dudes. Went past camera 2. Like down here. What's the blind spot? Is there any blind spots? Maybe I should just have it looking at camera. How do I take a picture again? Ooh, what? What? How do I fax it? I thought I could remote fax it. Isn't that what the like thingy is for? Oh well. Guess I'm good. Yeah. Doopy 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 doo 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 doo. DMCA free.
That's weird. Why is there an old boat in Mammoth Forest? There are some rivers here, but they were never that deep. And you can't get any closer? Too bad. But tell you what, I'll see if I can find anything about it in our records.
Why would they have records? Is that it? Has to be it. It literally disappeared inside. Come on.
I can see the screw, but that doesn't look like its final destination. Keep following a while longer, okay?
I've been spending like 8 days. You telling me that that's not his final destination? What's the expectations of this? Eight days, and you gave me the fucking X as a marker. when it was like here the entire time. What more do you want? What more do you want? It's like, don't disturb his nest or whatever, I'll just... I think one's pretty photogenic. I'm just gonna leave her hanging, man. I'm just gonna leave her hanging. Okay. It's time to answer the phone. It's time.
What the? Is that what I think it is? Why would a squirrel stash gasoline and matches? I mean, did the squirrel plant that there? Or who? Seems like things have only gotten stranger and
She can
stranger
see the
in
matches?
the forest over the last few years. Phew, we'll have
Because
to
I
do
sure as
more
hell can't.
getting to the bottom of this.
I don't think I enjoyed it. Terribly sorry. Good God, this is awful. This is so awful. I might get banned for this game. I'm not sure. Okay, there was like a voice-over option for this game, so I think that'd be good. Okay, let's see. Game kidnapped girl. Oh God, I need to start the game before I get fucking annoyed as shit by this music.
Self-voicing enabled. The day I turned 17, I kidnapped a girl.
Monk S. Give me the auto option. Come on.
Her name was Alice.
Are you gonna go any faster?
Sociability was not the main. Save. Sociability was not the main feature of her character. In class she was always quiet, especially with no one to talk to. Auto forward.
Auto forward? Please?
Auto forward.
Oh my God.
Auto forward.
Can you just stop saying it and just
Save.
do it?
Skip. Sociability was not the main. A girl like her was not difficult to pull out for a date
I'll
after
interact
school.
with this game and press spacebar. What?
In the process she readily agreed to come home with me, where I gave her some juice laced with sleeping pills. Alice fell asleep in just a few minutes.
Okay.
It's my first kidnapping.
Yes.
Not a bad beginning.
You sick fuck.
Everything went according to plan, although with the dosage, I went too far. I lived with my uncle. His house was too big for just the two of us, so some of the rooms were empty. My uncle said for a long time that he wanted to rent them out, but he didn't post any ads. So I used one of them as my torture chamber. Of course, he didn't know that. Edward was the name of my uncle. He rarely went into the empty room. The only keycard to the room was settled in my pocket. Edward always came home late, so today I had plenty of time to have fun with my new toy. When I locked myself in the room with Alice, I felt a wave of heat sweep through my body. My hands were sweating as began to crawl along the rope. My gaze darted hungrily from the sharp blade to the white skin of the motionless body and back again. I licked my lips in anticipation.
That's lasted 40 minutes for me. This game, I don't think it'll last 5 minutes.
Simultaneously with the excitement, bad thoughts came to my head. I looked back at the closed door. Did I make a mistake? Did everything go well? I shook my head, shaking off my misgivings, and set about the task I had long dreamed of.
I'm gonna tie her up.
The only thing that matters now is that it's just the two of us, and that we won't be disturbed for the next few hours. I was getting excited about what was coming. Putting my tools aside, I sat down next to Alice, putting my hand on her thin, fragile leg. I ran my hand up her thigh, touching the edge of her short skirt. I need to take off her clothes, otherwise it will only prevent me from enjoying the work done. Button by button, I slowly removed her shirt and froze in disbelief. There were bruises and other signs of beatings under her clothes. I didn't hit her, so I couldn't have left those bruises.
You couldn't tell from the fucking thighs, dude? What the
Then
fucking
where did they come
unbutton
from?
Her shirt?
Is she being beaten at home? And after all, she was only beaten where the clothes could hide the bruises.
Beating
To
on
avoid
her
being seen
titties.
by
Feels
strangers.
bad, man.
It seems that Alice was regularly bullied. In some places there were fresh bruises filled with blood, in others, disgusting, blackened spots. The older ones were slowly dissolving. I can't even imagine how hard and painful it is to move in this state. But she came to school every day and even smiled in rare conversations with her classmates. Perhaps she decided to go with me so that she could return home as late as possible. These thoughts made the desire to hurt her disappear. But I didn't change my mind, no. That strange feeling in my heart was probably not pity, but disappointment. After all, psychos like me can't feel pity and can't empathize. When I kidnapped
With
Alice,
others.
I wanted to enjoy her suffering, to see the first drop of blood on her smooth white skin. And now I can't get what I want. Her body is covered in injuries without my effort. It's like asking for a sweet birthday cake. How can I fill Alice with pain and horror when she is already being bullied? After thinking about it, I decided to hide all the torture items that could indicate the real reason for the abduction. And when Alice wakes up, I'll send her home and find a better victim next time. Finally Alice opened her eyes. Ask if. As soon as she regained consciousness, I rushed to her, feigning concern. Clive, oh,
Clive.
You're awake. Are you all right? Does it hurt anywhere? When we were sitting down, you suddenly fainted, and
Anything would have been funny.
However, Alice was in no hurry to show excitement. Instead, she got up, looked around, closed her eyes for a second, and then looked directly at me. Alice, you put me to sleep. Those words froze me for a second. How did she know about that? Clive, oh, what are you talking
It's a
about?
good thing I have no eye tracking
I told
software
you,
for this game.
you just passed out. Alice, I've been put to sleep more than once, so I know the feeling when I start to fall asleep after a sleeping pill. Clive, put to sleep. I was more taken aback by this news than when Alice said that I had drugged her. Alice, it's... Alice, never mind. Alice, why did you put me to sleep anyway? Did you do something to me? Alice touched herself between her legs without lifting her skirt. Clive, hey, I didn't do anything wrong to you. She took her hand away. Alice, you're right. Alice, then why? Clive, I told. Alice, I know you put me to sleep. Stop dodging the question. I didn't know what to say. The awkwardness of the situation increased with every second. I didn't know what to do or what to say. It was necessary to change the subject urgently and try to take control of the situation. Clive, where did you get the bruises? Alice, so you undressed me?
This music is fucking banging, dude.
Alice, ah. Alice, where are the photos? Clive, what photos? Alice, the photos of my body. Clive, no, I didn't undress you or take pictures of you. Trust me. Alice, then why did you put me to sleep?
But those two buttons are undone on top of their shirt. Did I do
Clive, that is not true at all. And you still haven't answered my question. Alice, I will only tell you after I hear the truth. I hesitated. Should I tell the truth? Something like, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to torture you at home. But it's okay, I've already changed my mind, so you can go home.
Yes.
No, this is nonsense. Then. I'm not sure if it will work, but it's worth a try. Clive, you know. Lowering his eyes and stammering, he pretended to be very confused. The only way to get out of this situation, which would go without suspicion, is to come up with a sufficiently touching story. As far as I know, girls are more emotional and romantic than boys. Clive, I like you.
That's why I drugged you.
Clive, and for long I have had the desire to kidnap a loved one, so I decided on my birthday to make myself a gift.
What the fuck is this?
Rubbing my hand, I continued to stare at the floor without looking up. Alice, who would believe that? Alice, wait, you love me? I nodded uncertainly. Alice, someone like me. The recent wariness and anger disappeared smoothly. She smiled and her eyes lit up.
Yes, who could like someone like her? She's a freak. A freak.
It worked. Well, my lie worked. Although, I must admit, I did not expect much success and was already preparing to reduce the kidnapping to a mocking joke. To laugh in her face, call her a naive fool for believing that such a handsome man like me, can truly ask a mild-mannered girl like her out. And then rudely take her to the door after dealing with several insulting phrases thrown at me. After this farewell, it is not that I could just go back and talk to her anytime soon.
What is this
I must
narrator
admit that
even
Alice is
talking
not as
about
simple
right
as
now?
it seemed. I didn't manage to deceive her the first time, although I'm an experienced liar. But how can she immediately believe that I loved her? While I was wondering at her naivete, she thought about something for a couple of seconds in silence. Alice, it turns out that I was kidnapped by my classmate, who is also crazy. Her voice has become more soft, I would even say melodious. Alice, what did you want to do next? Clive, well, I wanted to let you to live with me, probably.
Let you to live with me. What the fuck is that?
Alice laughed. Alice, probably. You didn't think it through, did you? Clive, there's nothing funny about it. I frowned slightly, which
What is this
confused my
torture
former
chamber, by the
captive.
way? It's just like a super futuristic bedroom.
Alice, ha, I'm sorry. I just always thought you were incredible. You have excellent grades in all subjects, you get prizes, you are good at sports. I never thought a guy like you would like me.
Kappa.
Alice, I didn't think you were a bit stupid after all. Clive, and this is said by the person who was kidnapped. Alice, how dare you? We laughed. The tension has disappeared. Alice relaxed and began to behave more freely and at ease. At school, she usually doesn't attract attention. During recess, she rarely leaves the classroom, sitting at her desk with her head down or silently looking out the window. In general, an inconspicuous gray mouse. And now I even catch myself thinking that she has a very nice smile. School, hobbies, music. We moved smoothly from one topic to another, consciously not thinking about the kidnapping, and did not notice how time flew by.
Okay.
The longer we talked, the more free Alice felt. She listened to me with genuine interest, sometimes even making various jokes in my direction and laughing sincerely. I listened to her stories and sometimes I couldn't help but smile. I got the feeling that the Alice, who goes to school with me, and the Alice, who is sitting next to me, are two different people. I never thought Alice could be so sociable and happy. The next few hours passed quickly, we chatted about all sorts of nonsense. I was an idiot. Clive, it's late. I think it's time for you to go home. Your parents are probably already worried. My words made Alice suddenly sad. Her smile and the sparkle in her eyes were gone.
Oh no, little sad face.
It's like she's back in the ghost mask she always wore at school. Alice, I don't have parents.
What?
Clive, eh? Sorry. Then who do you live with?
Hey.
Alice, with my stepmother and her boyfriend. She almost hissed the last words through her teeth. It was immediately clear to me that things were not going well at home. My guess was confirmed. The family does not favor her very much. Alice. Alice continued to sit next to me, not wanting to leave. I was silent and just looked at the time on my phone. Edward should be back soon, and if he sees Alice, I will have to explain.
Explain what? You brought a girl home for a date.
He is a good man and will be happy if I bring a girl home, but Alice is not my girlfriend. I just kidnapped her and tried to torture.
Right.
Bind and hide in another room with a gag in her mouth is one thing, but to explain what Alice was doing, and how we met, I didn't want to. Seeing my confusion, she stopped. Alice glanced at me briefly, then for a moment, pursed her lips, and, with a sharp exhale, stood up. Alice, I'm sorry. You don't live alone, and it's already late. She went to the door with a noticeable reluctance. It was raining outside. Before leaving, Alice turned around, saying the last words. Alice, you know, I wouldn't mind if you really kidnapped me. You're much more comforting.
Ah, yes. So realistically written.
And she left.
I
So
missed
it
the
would
part
have
where there
ended,
was music.
but a couple of hours later, Alice returned. The doorbell rang. Alice,
What
Clive,
on earth,
please
dude?
forgive me.
What on earth?
After voicing her insane request and holding her bag with a trembling hand, she smiled. And cried. The smile on her face was just an artificial dam, ready to collapse at any moment under the influx of emotions, unable to contain the accumulated sadness, loneliness, and despair. What happened to her? Why is she crying? Such questions did not linger in my mind for long, because the way she looked now. Her pain drew and beckoned. Her vulnerability and tears seemed to cry, lock me away from people and do what you want to me.
What on earth?
On my doorstep stood not a sad classmate, but a victim begging her executioner to put her out of her misery. The sight of her made me want to hurt her again. A familiar wave of excitement ran through my body, my breath quickened, my hands trembled with impatience. I wanted to lock myself in with her again and run the blade over that soft skin. I wanted to see how her tears would flow with the drops of blood. Do you want to be kidnapped? Haven't you even considered the possible consequences? Poor Alice.
What happened to the fucking uncle coming back,
I
bro?
couldn't help it. I roughly grabbed her hand and led her to the same room.
Same room.
We were alone again. All that remains is to take a knife and... Alice, wait, Clive. You want to do this to me? Alice, even though I'm a used product.
What?
Clive, what are you talking about? Alice told me everything. She worked as a prostitute.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to save money so that after coming of age I could immediately leave my stepmother and her boyfriend and live separately. Her stepmother's lover liked to molest her, but Alice always locked herself in her room. Today, when she returned home, this man, as always, was drunk. Her stepmother was not at home, and he tried to rape her. She barely fought back and ran away from home, returning to me. She had nowhere else to go. Alice, now you hate me? I'm sorry I did it. If I'd known someone like you would like me. Her tears started to flow harder. Alice, but
This
please
game
let
is
me
really
stay
bad,
with you.
dudes.
I'll do anything.
It's written by some fucking loser.
Anything. Those two words stuck in my head. Will she consent to be the victim of my torture? While I was thinking about this, Alice continued to stand, waiting for my answer. I couldn't find any words to say, so I hugged her instead. This embrace was a fleeting impulse, which for some reason I instantly obeyed. And even though I didn't expect it from myself, at that moment, this hug seemed the only right thing to do. This is how we started living together.
What on earth?
Edward,
What?
Clive, are you still awake? Clive, hi, Edward. I need to prepare for tomorrow's test. Edward, good. Just don't overdo it, because I won't ask you to give me high marks. It's enough for me that you're happy. Clive, yes, I understand. Edward, well, I won't bother you. He didn't notice anything. Great. I locked the door and went to the balcony. Clive, Alice, you can come in, but quietly.
This design is pretty funny. The artist just took like one of the Reddit designs, just incorporated it into a bedroom.
Alice, did everything go well? Clive, yes. Initially, I wanted to put Alice in one of the empty rooms, but she was afraid that my uncle would still notice her, so she stubbornly demanded to spend the night with me. My room was spacious, so it was easy to lay another mattress. In theory, Alice would go to school with me. Edward always left the house earlier, so there wouldn't be any problems. On Saturday we would stay at home, and on Sundays Uncle did not work, so Alice and I would just walk late until Edward falls asleep. The only problem was that my uncle could come into the room at night, so I started locking up. Since then, I've had many opportunities to talk to Alice. Maybe it's because we started living together. At school, she followed me everywhere. Clive, why are you following me? Alice, what should I do? If you will be with me, you will have various surprises. Clive, what are the surprises? I'm not going to give in to such temptations. She came close to me and whispered in my ear. Alice, even if you want to do something with me, it's nice. Clive, you're kidding. Alice, hey, don't make such an indifferent face. Alice's conversation and behavior turned me on every time.
My god.
After a while, I decided to finish what I started. Clive, Alice, can I tie you up? Alice. At this time, she was chewing chips. And when I asked her about it, Alice froze with her mouth open.
The artist should have drawn the chips.
Clive, so will you let me? Alice, huh, you finally decided to show me your secret fetish, huh? Well, be glad, for Alice is in a good mood today. I knew that she would not refuse me. During the time we spent together, it was easy to see that Alice had fallen head over heels in love with me. Now she was as docile as a trained dog. Before proceeding with my plan, I put a diaper on the bed so as to not stain the bed with blood. And then I tied Alice up, unbuttoned her shirt, and taped her mouth shut. No resistance. On the contrary, she put her hands in the loops, waiting with interest for what would happen next. Just in case, I turned up the music louder. The neighbors don't need to hear all the screaming.
Is that supposed to be the diaper on the bed? Where's the
As
music?
soon as the blade of the knife flashed in my hands, Alice twitched, but immediately fell silent. Probably thinking it was a joke. How wrong she was. I put the knife to her slightly pale skin, which had already removed almost all the bruises. There is only one small movement of the hand left. Push down. Started bleeding. Mooing.
Mooing?
Resistance.
God. The
Fear.
tears.
She tried to get out, but I tied her up tight. Just as I was about to make another cut, I felt something was wrong. Why? Why don't I feel pleasure? I've always wanted to do this, so why? I'm a fucking psychopath. What the hell have I done? I dropped the knife and ran out of the room, leaving Alice bound and alone.
God.
At that moment, I realized with horror that I no longer wanted to hurt her. Clive, what the hell is wrong with me? I've been dreaming about this, dreaming about getting a knife, and I remembered the trail of blood running down Alice's chest, and I suddenly felt sick. My stomach felt sick, my throat felt tight, my body was bent in convulsions. I could barely contain my vomit. Pushing the nausea away, I leaned my back against the wall and slid down. Alice. Looking at this girl, I saw a person filled with
Sounds
pain.
like some Blue Man Group kind of music. It's pretty nice.
I often met such people on the street. Their blank stare, quiet voice, and hesitant movements always made me want to pick up a guitar string and tighten it around the poor person's neck. Then why do I feel so bad now that I'm so close to realizing my dream? I'm crazy, crazy, crazy.
No shit, dude.
I have neither pity nor compassion. I'm a fucking maniac.
But do you
With
though?
every such thought, I would slam my fist on the floor with a vicious frenzy, and my eyes would fill with tears.
Sounds like you're having second thoughts, my guy.
I don't remember how long I sat there, maybe a minute, maybe an hour. In a fit of anger at myself, time simply ceased to exist. Calming down a little, I got up from the floor. I need to untie Alice. After this, she will probably leave me. It's better this way.
I bet the writer suddenly changed it around and suddenly she's like, oh my god, I love getting cut.
I don't want to see her again. I don't want to hurt her anymore. After returning to the room with a first aid kit and providing minimal medical assistance, I untied it. Clive, you can leave, the door is open. Alice didn't move and just looked down in silence.
Little band-aid. It's funny.
Then her eyes got wet. Alice, so you did this on purpose to kick me out? I'm right, right? Clive, not at all. Alice, then why did you do such a terrible thing to me? I do not understand. You really want to get rid of me? Clive, no. Alice, yes.
Is there like a term for this reverse yandere
She
shit?
started shouting and started throwing dirty words at me. I just waited in silence for her to calm down. Alice, you son of a bitch, then why did you hurt me? Clive, because I'm a psychopath. I've always wanted to do this. In the beginning, I kidnapped you just to torture you. Alice, then why did you stop? Clive, I don't know. I don't enjoy it. I always thought I wanted to hurt someone. But it turned out that this was not the case. Damn, I am such an idiot. We didn't say anything else. We just sat across from each other in silence, their eyes downcast. After a while, Alice broke the silence. Alice, Clive, so you don't like me? I raised my head and
This
looked at
drawing's
her.
actually
She looked more or
pretty
less
good
calm
in
now.
like she actually looking at me. That's what it feels like. It's a pretty good drawing, this one.
Clive, no, I never liked you. I got a slap in the face. Alice, you lied. I hate you. We didn't talk for the next few days. I didn't kick her out, and she didn't leave after all. One day, Edward came home early from work. I left Alice locked in my room. Edward, you know, Clive, I've noticed that our food has started to go missing more often. Clive, oh, it's because of me. Recently I read on the internet that a sports person needs to consume a lot of calories. That's why I sometimes eat for two.
Kappa.
Edward, here's how. You're right. We were still eating when Edward spoke again. Edward, by the way, Clive, I also noticed that you started closing your room. Anything you want to tell me? Damn. It looks like I'm going to have to use an excuse that I've already come up with just in case. I didn't want to use it. Clive, Edward, I'm a teenager. And teenagers have some things they shouldn't talk about. Do you understand? Edward, are you jerking off? Clive, Edward, haha. Come on, can't an uncle tease his nephew?
Jerking off.
Sometimes he acts like a child. Edward, what about the girl?
Same, actually. Acting like a child.
I tensed up. Does he know? Are there hidden cameras everywhere? Edward, do you have one? I've never heard you say anything about it. I sighed with relief. Clive, I don't have a girlfriend. And, however, I do not plan to start a relationship yet, since studying already takes a lot of time. Edward, I think you need to relax sometimes. A girl would be nice. Clive, no, girls are such creatures that you waste your time on. I'd rather spend the next few years chasing my goals. It would have gone on like this if something hadn't happened a few days later that I was so afraid of. Alice's story. Alice's story, Clive had to stay at school after school. He gave Alice the key card to the apartment and warned her to return without it.
Shit.
Taking the key without further ado, Alice left. As she entered the house and started to take off her shoes, the light came on in the hallway and Edward came out of the hall. Edward, well, hello, thief. Alice, Alice dropped the map Clive had given her. Edward, Clive's key card. Are you his girlfriend? Alice, huh? Yes. Alice, yes. I'm his girlfriend. Edward, and Clive told me that he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Yes.
Edward, so why did you come without him? Alice, well, Clive and I wanted to study at his house. He gave me the key, saying you'd be out late. Edward pressed her with his gaze for a while. Edward, I see. Everything is clear with you. It seemed to Alice that the atmosphere became more tense. Edward, I hope you know that you should always carry condoms with you. Alice,
Okay.
Edward, haha. I'm just kidding, don't be embarrassed. Come in, I'll make you some tea. Alice sat at the table, Edward made 2 mugs of tea and set the table. Edward, so, how long have you been dating? Alice, about a month. Edward, now it is clear whose dyed hair I noticed on the floor all month.
No way dyed hair lasts a month like this, dude.
Alice did not know what to say, and only looked down at the tea in confusion.
Looks down at tea in confusion.
Edward, do you often come here after school? Alice, yes. Edward, how are you doing in school? Alice, so, not too well. I hope that's all right. Edward, oh, of course, nothing. Grades don't mean much. The main thing is the person's personality, character, actions, and so on. I didn't do well at school myself, but that didn't stop me from going into business. Edward, and for some reason Clive works so hard, spending all his free time doing it. He's a strange boy, but not a bad one. Sometimes, though, I can't figure out what's going on in his head. Edward, did he tell you about his parents? Alice, no. Edward, they committed a double suicide. In front of him.
Suddenly the music stops.
Alice raised her eyes for the first time and looked at Edward. There was no longer a smile on his face, only a faint sadness. Edward, after their death, I became Clive's guardian. He was only 7 years old at the time. And from then on, he became withdrawn and didn't look happy at all. Edward, although before, when I came to visit my older brother, this boy was a fun guy. But from that moment everything changed. Edward took a sip of tea. Alice could see by the tense expression on his face how hard it was for him to remember what had happened. Edward, when he was 12, he came home from school one day and asked me how much I made. I don't know what happened to him that day, but after that, Clive started working hard. Edward, studying distracted him from bad thoughts, and gradually he began to change for the better. He even started to smile occasionally at my jokes. Edward, when he was 15, I once said that teenagers should do something else besides study and sports. Edward, for starters I suggested that he should, at least, just watch a series with me about some brilliant psychopath. Edward, Clive said that he liked the series very much and asked for advice on something similar. I gave him some books, and later he started looking for books and movies that he might like. Edward, sometimes Clive tried to imitate the main characters of these works. However, all his favorite characters are psychos. Anyway, he has a hobby, though it's strange. Edward. Edward, He didn't scare you, did he? Like brandishing a knife or something?
How the fuck does his uncle know this shit?
Alice almost choked on her tea when she heard this.
He hurt me?
He hurt me. No, there was nothing like that.
I mean, at this point...
He hurt me.
Fuck this guy.
Alice, he made a bad joke and hurt me, but it's okay, because Clive didn't do anything else after that.
Scar is gone remarkably fast.
Edward,
In fact, no scar at all.
I'm so sorry. Alice, I'm telling you, it's okay, you don't have to worry, Uncle Edward. Their conversation was interrupted by the doorbell. Edward, sit down, I'll open it. Clive's story. Clive, Edward. You're early. Edward, well, I'm sorry for interrupting your upcoming sex.
The sex jokes always never get old with me.
Clive, what? Alice came out into the corridor, waving at me. Alice, hi, Clive. Clive, Alice. Damn it.
Deb!
Edward, Clive, don't be mad. I'm Clive, girlfriend.
I skipped too fast, god damn it.
I looked at Alice, who immediately signaled that I should keep quiet. Understanding the situation, I decided to play along. Clive, damn, I told her to keep quiet about our relationship. Edward, come on, I won't even mind if she stays the night. After coming of age, I can even allow you to live here together, but I still wanted to buy a separate apartment. Alice, really? Edward, Alice, do you want to live at our house? Alice, yes, I would love to. Clive, wait. I quickly took off my shoes and dropped my jacket. Clive, Edward, I need to discuss something in private with her, if you don't mind. I took Alice's hand and went into the other room, slamming the door behind me. Clive, are you crazy? Why didn't you hide when he came? Alice, he came before me. Clive, does he know you live with me? Alice, no, Uncle Edward thinks you sometimes bring me home after school while he's away. There was silence. Clive, so we need to pretend to be a couple in love.
Pretend?
Alice, Clive, he let me live here, let's ask him to let me live with you.
Live with you?
Clive, no, Alice, he's just joking. Alice, but... Clive, I don't want to pretend to be your boyfriend.
Oh.
Alice,
okay.
why? Clive, because you. I didn't say anything, almost blurting out the words former victim. Alice, because I'm a whore, right?
I'm a whore.
Clive, no, I didn't
Hooker
mean
with
that.
the heart of gold.
Her eyes were red. Clive, please don't cry, Edward is waiting for us, okay? Alice, good. She held back her tears. That night, my uncle allowed her to spend the night with us, joking that she could stay here forever. This time she slept in a different room, and a month later I finally slept alone.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? This time, she slept in a different room, and a month later, I finally slept alone? Like a month later after they first met?
So quiet.
It's just bad writing. It's just bad writing.
The next day was Saturday. Edward went to work early, as usual, and we stayed at home. I need to wake Alice. Clive, get up, sleepyhead. Alice opened her eyes, looked at me with sleepy eyes, then pulled the blanket tighter around her and lay on her side. Clive, get up or I'll throw water on you. Alice, no, even if you rape me.
Oh.
I'll never get up.
My gosh. That's just inviting it, isn't it? I don't know.
Clive, then I guess you won't mind if I eat your favorite Eggos.
Eggos? In this future
Alice,
world, people
what?
only eat Eggos? Or still eat Eggos?
Alice, don't you dare. She immediately stood up. The weakness of a sweet tooth. I didn't notice when we started talking again. Except for the morning rise, Alice was the first to start the conversation. I think she's already forgiven me for stabbing her.
It wasn't stabbing, it was a slice.
She told me
I
something
healed
at
already
breakfast.
in this enemy world.
Alice, Clive, I love you. Clive, I know. I continued to eat with an indifferent face.
Trying to be like Han Solo,
Alice,
motherfucker.
I understand that you are disgusted to date a girl who has slept with other men for money. But after I was kidnapped, I gave it up. Please give me a chance. Clive,
Sleep
it's
with
not
a
about
man for
that.
money.
You're just not my type. Alice, not your type? Then why did you decide to kidnap me?
How is this lady just homeless if she's always sleeping with men? Come on.
Clive, I
Maybe it
already
just never
explained.
works.
Because you didn't talk to anyone
She
in
just says
class.
that she's a
I
prostitute, but
was
she
sure
just
that the
never
quiet
works.
girl would be the perfect victim. Alice, fool. Clive, yes, yes. She stood up and snuggled up behind me. I could feel her breasts against my back. Clive, please let me eat in peace. Alice, so you're gay.
Yes. That's it. That's exactly it. That is exactly it.
Auto forward.
Is it actually ever going to auto forward?
Alice, so you're gay. Alice, so you're gay. Clive, no. Option. Clive. Alice. Options. Load. Save. Alice, so you're gay. Skip. Hit. Alice, so you're gay.
Alright. Let's get back to this.
Clive, no. Alice, any guy wouldn't mind being hugged like that by a girl. Clive, it's just that I'm different from normal guys.
I'm different from all the other girls.
Alice, because you're gay.
Yes.
Clive, no. Alice, then you are impotent.
Also yes.
Clive, also incorrect. Alice, I understand that you want to become a monk.
True.
In response, I just didn't say anything. She was behind me, but only for a short time. Alice, Clive, one day I will seduce you and you will be mine. Clive, well, good luck. I can recommend suitable literature. Alice, fool. I didn't want to admit it, but I like spending time with her. I am glad that we have started communicating again. And yet, she is not my type. I don't want our relationship to go any further than friendship. If Alice wants to seduce me, then I will do my best to prevent it. One day she'll come to terms with it, and we'll just be friends.
Friends that
Ending.
cut each other up and tie
One
each
of
other.
two. Idea and plot. Troy Holman, character art. Self-voicing disabled.
That was it. That was the ending. Was that even an ending? Or do I have to watch through all the credits? Can I just skip? Cannot skip. Okay, fine. Developers want to stall this content out. Let's watch the credits.
Self-voicing enabled. Skip.
Skip. That's it, right? Wow. That game was fucking garbage.
Exit.
What now? What now? Probably calling it. Probably calling it.
recognize these names.
They are your generals. But I don't see my name.
Be thankful. I named these men as traitors. They're plotting to kill me.
Russians
I will destroy
always
Mother
drinking
Russia.
is Russians.
But you have always stood by me. When I regained the lands stolen by the Europeans and the Chinese, you were there. You fought nobly to make my dream come true. So now, I'm going to give this honor to you.
Hello, Kane. This green screen stuff is pretty cool.
Sign them. Reaffirm your loyalty to me by ridding Russia of her enemies.
I'm ridding China of her enemies. They shine. Joshua Wong's death warrant. Hong Kong national security law has passed.
Curious. Stalin said nothing about the truck Radenko abandoned.
Containing elements of Iron Curtain.
Yes. We must get it back. I'm sure you'll find a suitable way to handle Comrade Gradenko.
The truck and its contents were abandoned somewhere in this region. The Allies captured the truck and brought it to this way station. They intend to move it to safe territory and study its contents carefully.
This cannot be allowed to happen. We cannot risk recapturing the truck. It is now a liability. Do not allow
Yes,
the
true,
truck
comrade.
or any Allied unit to leave the area.
True, very true, comrade. I shall help you both. Destroy these LA trucks. Build some flamethrowers.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Prepare. Prepare.
Wow, almost lost my shit. Still have an ore truck.
Prepare.
I'm probably in like the really far corner of the base. Oh my god, why is it not scrolling?
Preparing.
Vehicle report. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Preparing. Preparing. Building. Unit prepared.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Report acknowledged. Comrade.
Unit prepared.
Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Preparing. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Preparing.
Not much ore.
Prepared.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Get those.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting
Construction
orders.
complete.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Prepared.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
This is the fastest unit I have.
Unit repaired. Building.
Report. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. New construction options.
Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Shit. Fuck. Oh my god.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Okay, now I know what I must do.
Low power.
Yes, sir.
Base is under
Affirmative.
attack.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders.
Lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Agreed.
This is like even worse than fucking last time.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting at once. At once.
Repairing. Building. Repairing. Repairing.
I
Repairing.
lost my fucking barracks.
Repairing.
This is like even worse.
Comrade, acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Unit repaired. Training. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Training. Unit ready.
Yeah, Sam site.
Comrade, affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Actually, I need it to be these two. Need mammoth there.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Put troops here for now. I don't expect to be any attacks from the south.
Ready and waiting. Agreed. Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. New
Kissy
construction
face.
options.
What's up, Jamie?
Ready and waiting.
How's it going?
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Not
Yes,
much.
sir. Comrade. Affirmative.
Building.
Yeah,
Comrade.
same. I just played like 2 random new games that I linked in Discord
orders.
earlier. Nice, another ore patch.
That mission is
Yes,
so
sir.
frustrating.
This one?
Affirmative. Yes,
I'm
sir.
beginning to feel it.
Acknowledged.
Restarted like twice.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
I'll leave that tank there for now. I need a SAM site.
Building. Unit lost. Building. Construction complete.
Yup. Those damn Apache
Unit
choppers keep railing you.
Yeah, I got the first ton. I don't really have many options against them either. I only have mammoths and
Yes, sir.
SAM sites.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Training. Unit ready. Unit ready. Training.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training. Unit
You
ready.
only have
Our
mammoths.
base is under attack. Training.
Oh, my Tesla car's gone already. Jesus. Holy shit.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Very well.
And you can't build more.
Unit lost.
You can't build more.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
I'm gonna have to give up on this game.
UL.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Very well.
Okay. How do we go about this? Let's not lose like half our tanks at the start.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
By the time you
Acknowledged.
get entrenched, you're an hour in.
Preparing.
Yes, sir.
That's a good start.
Affirmative.
Repairing. 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 Building.
I wasted too much
Training.
time.
Unit repaired. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training. Unit
There's
ready.
always got to be an option against this.
Unit ready. Training. Unit
Reporting.
ready.
At once.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
So I had
Yes,
a
sir.
huge army, but the convoy got away.
Acknowledged.
Oh, okay.
Repairing.
Is there a timer?
Building. Unit
Vehicle
repaired.
report.
Hadn't had the
Acknowledged.
heart to
Reporting.
try again.
Acknowledged.
There is yet.
Construction complete. Building. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
repaired.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Training.
My fucking units have made it this far.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Training.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Reporting. Agreed.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
There's a fucking.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Is this a legit one?
Affirmative.
It's a legit base,
At
Unit
once.
lost.
not a fake base.
Construction
once.
complete.
Affirmative.
Ooh, interesting.
Agreed.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yup.
New construction options.
It's legit.
Building. Unit lost.
Reporting. At once.
Construction complete.
They have no defense. You could just take this, it's like free.
Unit lost. Cannot deploy here. Training.
Reporting.
Yup.
Very well. Affirmative. Very well.
Oh no, they have a fucking
Very
turret
well.
now.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit ready.
At once.
Training. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Oh
Training.
my god.
Waiting orders. Of course.
The Tesla call survives.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Yes,
Ready
sir.
and
Waiting.
waiting.
Agreed.
Barely.
Agreed.
Okay, so I really have to attack this.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
I don't know. I need more money.
On hold. Cancel. Unit ready. Building.
Waiting orders. Ready and waiting. Very well. Engineering.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative.
Guard the top entrance as well.
Yeah, I know. Had some attacks through there.
Unit ready.
But I don't think they attacked with
Acknowledged.
choppers, so it's
Reporting.
fine.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Oh my god. Could probably just rush it and get those buildings.
Unit ready.
I don't really have much units to rush with.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative.
There's pillboxes.
Reporting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Man, you really have to rush.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Don't attack this, don't attack this.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Just bring a few tanks and some V2S.
Acknowledged. Yes. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Agreed.
Uh-oh, they're attacking.
Affirmative. At once. Very well. Engineering. Affirmative.
Silos.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Reporting.
Training.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Reporting.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Preparing. Unit lost.
Heh. No money to repair. This game is really hard. The neutrals are sucking up all my cash. Holy shit. You really can't turtle.
Unit ready. Building.
This isn't working out.
Low power. Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir.
You
Waiting
can.
orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, affirmative.
Don't fucking destroy that tank, you bitch!
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Repairing. 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 Building. Training. Unit ready. Training.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Training.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Repairing.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
It's kind of RNG over which...
Just fortify defenses and build economy.
Affirmative.
Or, how can you build economy, dude? Neutrals are sucking up all your cash. If you don't attack the neutrals, you have no cash to build an economy with.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
No.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
No what?
Building. Repairing.
Reporting. Very well.
You're not scouting enough.
Ready and waiting. Very well. Reporting. Very well.
Unit repaired.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Report affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
I can tell
Yes,
you
sir.
where to find more cash, but it's kinda self-explanatory.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Comrade.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Reporting. Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. On hold. Cancel. Building. Building.
Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Report agreed.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Building.
At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Repaired.
Oh my god, those artillery tanks! Don't let them hit him! No!
Building. On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Comrade. Reporting. Yes, sir.
You will up.
Construction complete. Building.
Yep.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Cannot deploy here. Building. Repairing.
Yes, sir. At once.
Unit
Agreed.
ready.
At once.
Building.
Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit repaired.
Agreed. At once. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Agreed.
What are these
Insufficient
choppers doing?
funds.
Reporting
Construction
at once.
complete.
Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unable to
Affirmative.
comply. Building in
Affirmative.
progress.
Once. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Very well. Acknowledged. At once. Agreed.
Unit
Where'd my
lost.
mammoth tank go? Alright,
Reporting.
it's healing.
Affirmative. Reporting. Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Reporting. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Building. On hold. Cancel.
Let's get an army.
Building. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle report.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building. Construction complete. New construction options.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Forward.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Prepare.
Yes, reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Vehicle
Building.
report. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Plane ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Affirmative.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds. Preparing.
Reporting. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building. Preparing.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Base
Acknowledged.
is under attack.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Majd, what are you
On
doing?
hold. Cancel.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds. Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Training.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost. Low power.
Yes, sir.
Base is
Affirmative.
under attack.
Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative.
Repairing. 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 Building. On hold. Cancel. Building.
Kill chopper.
Yes,
Waiting
sir.
order. Acknowledged. Report, sir. Affirmative.
I figured it out. I need the neutral base ASAP and build rocket, guys.
Yes, sir.
Then everything is okay.
Training.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Training. Repairing. Unit ready. Training.
Reporting.
Unit
Vehicle report.
prepared.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Training.
Yeah.
Unit ready. Training. Preparing. Construction complete. Unit ready. Training. Training. New construction options.
But you also need to build an
Unit
actual
ready.
economy.
Vehicle reporting.
prepared.
Acknowledged.
Building. Training. On hold. Cancel. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Very well. Ready and waiting. Very well. Very well.
Construction
Very
complete.
well.
Building. Unit ready.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Yes, sir.
Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Silos needed. Building.
Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete.
So that was the wrong one I built. Yes.
Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Primary building selected.
No is C.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Building.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Ready and waiting.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Acknowledged.
Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Structure
Reporting.
sold.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Training.
order. Agreed. Vehicle acknowledged.
Ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Report affirmative.
Unit ready.
Capture
Where's
their
all
buildings.
my gold, dude?
Reporting at once.
Where's all my gold?
Unit ready.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. On hold. Cancel. Building. Training. Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Training.
Very well. Yes, sir. Very well.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Training. Unit ready.
Reporting. At once.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Reporting.
Unit repaired.
500 to build an
Base
engineer.
is under attack.
It's 500 to build a power plant.
Repairing.
Capture the Allied war
Acknowledged.
factory.
At once. Reporting.
Can I not just build the factory?
Repairing.
Doobie doobie doop doop doo. I need a Tesla
Building.
coil.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Is that the
Very
bit where
well.
I'm fucked because that truck just
Very
left?
well. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
One base?
Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed.
Mission failed.
Ah. Ah. So what's the deal? What am am I supposed to do there? Am I supposed to put my trucks in the middle of the island and kill that convoy? And that wins me the game?
Low power.
Yes, sir.
Our base is under
Waiting
attack.
for acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in
Vehicle
progress.
report. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing. 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 Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Training. Construction complete. Unit repaired. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Training. Repairing. Construction complete. New construction options. Unit ready. Training. Unit repaired. Building. Unit ready.
Vehicle report.
Training.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Repairing. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Unit ready. Training. Unit
Reporting.
prepared.
Agreed.
Unit
Very well.
ready.
Agreed.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Spy plane ready.
Yes, sir. Comrade, acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering.
Construction
Affirmative.
options.
Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes. Affirmative. Yes. Acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes.
Construction
Affirmative.
options. Primary building selected. Training. Unit ready. Training.
That's probably a
Unit
bad
ready.
position.
Training.
Oh boy.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training.
Reporting order. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Report. Affirmative.
Training.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Yes,
funds.
sir. Orders. Very well. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes,
Base
sir.
is under
Very well.
attack.
Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Ready and waiting. Very well.
These trucks are coming all the way over here
Yes,
to get
sir.
me.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Ready and waiting. Agreed. Engineering. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Waiting. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building. Unit lost.
Awaiting
Vehicle
or
acknowledged.
Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy
Comrade,
here.
acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle
Awaiting
report.
affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Training. Unit ready. Unit ready. Building.
Medic reporting. Moving out. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack.
What did it kill?
Reporting.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Killed my repair station.
Primary building selected. Training. Unit ready. Training.
Oh, right.
Insufficient funds. On hold. Cancel. Training.
Reporting at once.
Unit ready. Structure sold.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. At once. Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Primary building selected. Training. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training.
Agreed.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Very well.
Building.
Reporting. Very well. Affirmative.
Select target. Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Construction complete.
Reporting at once. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative.
Select target. Silos.
What?
needed. Primary building selected. Silos needed. Building.
Awaiting orders.
Unit lost.
At once. Affirmative. At once.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready. Building. Spy plane ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Cannot deploy here. New construction options.
Medic reporting. Moving out. Medic reporting.
Insufficient funds. Training. Unit ready. Building.
What on earth? What on earth is happening here? Do I need this?
Spy plane ready.
Forward command post.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Medic reporting. Moving out.
Training. Select target. Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit ready.
Reporting.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Structure.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit
Very well.
lost. Unit lost.
Ready and waiting.
Lol.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Lol. Jesus. Massacre.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Silos needed.
Affirmative.
Spy plane ready.
What the fuck?
Silos needed.
Reporting.
You bitches. Doesn't matter though.
Sir.
Where's my spy? Where's my fucking spy?
Waiting order.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Training. Unit lost. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Ready and waiting.
Unit
Agreed.
lost.
Waiting order.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Ready and waiting. At once. Acknowledged. At once. Very well. Ready and waiting. Awaiting orders.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yeah?
Okay. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Very well.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.
Oh my god, that was easy. I forgot what this area is called. France. Vichy? I don't know. I'll probably just watch the video and be done for tonight.
Advancement in the Soviet army can be rapid. Continue to accumulate victories, and the future is yours. One of our convoys is moving through enemy territory. You have been assigned to defend the convoy as they move through the area. Be sure that they reach their destination intact. As a reward,
So, my last mission was to attack a convoy, now I have to
you have been
protect the
given a
convoy.
great honor. Our latest advancement in air warfare, the MiG attack aircraft, is at your disposal. Essentially a bomber. Use it to destroy heavy concentrations of Allied armor. With this, and your standard complement of Yak aircraft, you should have no problem in keeping the convoy safe.
Kappa. Oh, a bit of Stalin's hair in my jacket. Of course. When you introduce MiGs to me, show me a CGI footage of Yaks.
Reinforcements have arrived. New construction options. Reinforcements have arrived. Building. On hold.
Yes, sir.
Fencing. Convoy approaching. Primary building selected.
Waiting order. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Reporting. Comrade. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Spy plane ready.
Reporting.
Select target.
Ooh. Ooh.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Ooh, that's bad.
Comrade. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Spy
Affirmative.
plane ready.
Acknowledged.
Select target.
Ooh, that's very nice. I mean, they're both kind of the same in terms of difficulty.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Good.
Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Spy plane ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Select target.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
I don't think knocking out these alls feels too much of anything. Just need this thing out of the way, actually. But if I take down the power plants, I could probably achieve the same effect. Maybe I should just take out the power plants first.
Primary building selected.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Did I lose every unit? Holy shit.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Building. Spy plane ready. Unit ready. Building. On hold.
Waiting
Cancel.
order.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Signal flare
Acknowledged.
detected. Reinforcements have arrived.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Come on, attack the fucking barrel, you piece of shit. Holy crap. Just fucking turning
Affirmative.
around in circles doing fucking jack shit.
Affirmative.
Now you throw me a bone. Okay,
Vehicle
fine.
reporting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Why isn't it repairing?
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Timer started.
Oh fuck.
Construction options.
What? What timer?
Yes, sir.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
New construction options.
There is nothing I can do here. I can just sell them off. Super weapons tab. There's like literally nothing I can do apart from like sell these off.
Repairing.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Structure sold.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a waste of money.
Sold.
Oh, sold the unit.
Structure
Awaiting
sold.
orders. Affirmative.
Forgot about that.
Affirmative.
Okay. Well, nothing good happened here.
Very well. Awaiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Timer started.
Affirmative.
I think this mission's pretty buggy.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Reporting course. At once. At once.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
No, rocket guy.
Mission accomplished.
Holy shit, I did it with one truck. Insane. I'm so glad I don't want to repeat that mission. You're led to believe it was cool. You got to use mega tech craft. And then they were absolutely useless. My reward for completing that mission is this terrible FMV. And then I will actually be done with the stream. Good shit, good shit. Ooh, nice choices. Alright, thank you all for the stream. Thank you all for watching. I can't alt tab to close the stream. There we go. See ya.